So you're here because you want to start a YouTube channel. It is the beginning of the year, so I figured this would be the perfect time to make this video. And you might have a lot of questions right now, like, what is my first video gonna be? What do I name my channel? What if I don't have a camera? What do I even film? What if people find my channel? It's sort of embarrassing. In this video, I'm hopefully going to answer all those questions that were going through my head when I first started out, and hopefully answer some of those for you as well. So first things first, you need to make a channel. Go ahead, go over to YouTube, do it right after this video if you haven't already. You're watching this right now, so obviously you have some sort of interest in it. So just go ahead and do it. You're not posting your first video right now or anything, so it's not that scary, just go and do it. Also, you can change your channel name later. I know I didn't make a channel for the longest time because I couldn't decide on the name, so no excuses, go and make yourself a channel. So once you have your channel, now what? You're probably thinking, what is my first video gonna be? Don't let this freak you out because chances are, honestly, nobody's probably gonna see it. I am going to help you figure out what your first video is going to be right now. I want you to start thinking about what you are interested in. Art, fashion, makeup, riding mountain bikes, whatever you're interested in. It could literally be anything. And once you figure that out, I suggest going into the notes app on your phone, or go right now and go grab a piece of paper and a pencil, because we are going to populate a whole list for you right now and hopefully figure out what your first upload is going to be. This is just an example, but I'm very into art, and if I were to make a channel surrounding art, I would start thinking of videos in that category. So things like painting time lapses, painting tutorials, a studio day in my life, what it's like to work as an artist in 2022, how to sell your work online, things like that. Or here's another example using the topic of fashion. I would write down things like clothing hauls, reviewing blank's brand, like reviewing Fashion Nova's brand. I don't know. My mom chooses my outfits for the week. Monochrome outfit ideas, spring fashion trends, and so on. Try and write down at least 10 things if you can. Once you have a topic, it's a lot easier to start thinking of videos that you can make surrounding that one topic. Having a niche will help you to build an audience as well, because that helps them to understand the type of content that they are going to receive when coming back to your channel. You could be saying, Ricky, I don't want a niche. I kind of just want to vlog my life and post it. Yes, that is cool and all, but you have to think that the internet does not know you yet. You don't have an audience that has a relationship with you yet, so therefore they're probably not going to come back and watch your random vlogs. Vlogging and making random videos is fun, but it's better to make that sort of content later on when you have an audience already established. Generally, it is better to make content surrounding one specific topic when you are starting off. As you can tell by my channel, I have a problem with this because I love making random videos, and honestly, I do think it has stunted my growth, but I'm trying to get a lot better at that. So if you just do it from the beginning, it's a lot easier. Hopefully you have a few ideas by now, but you might be asking yourself, are these ideas any good? Will they even get any views? The best answer to this is to ask yourself these two questions. Would I even watch this video if some random stranger made it? And does this video give value to the viewer in some sort of way? People are naturally a little bit selfish. They are more likely to watch content that is going to benefit them, whether that be for entertainment or education. Look at the video ideas that you just came up with and see if you can find one that will provide value to the viewer in some sort of way. That is going to be your first video. So now you're ready to film. But I don't have a fancy camera yet. No problem, you're probably watching this on your phone right now. You don't need any sort of crazy equipment to start off. You can film and edit fully from your phone. That's exactly how I started off. In my opinion, it's actually the best way to start off because you don't know if you're actually gonna love this whole YouTube thing, so you don't wanna go invest in all this crazy equipment right off the bat. And then that's a waste of money if you find out that this thing is not for you. When you sit down to film your first video, it might be helpful for you to walk through the video in your head first. I do this and it usually helps me to figure out what I'm going to say. And as I'm doing this, I usually write down my talking points and I keep them by me as I film. Right here. Sometimes I will even script out my entire videos just to make sure I don't leave out any information, and it just helps the video to flow more naturally when you're filming. When you're ready to film, just make sure you're in a spot with good natural lighting. Example A, I don't have any of my studio lights on. Usually I film with lighting, but I'm filming with just my window right here, right now. It's going to feel really weird talking to a piece of metal at first, but I promise you it'll get so much easier the more you keep doing it. And as you're filming, do not forget to take your thumbnail. Do not forget to take your thumbnail. I get so mad at myself when I forget. And then you end up having to fish through all your footage to find a shot of you that looks somewhat decent, and it's never fun. Remember to take your thumbnail and you will thank yourself later. Okay, so after you film your first video, now you need to edit your first video. I started off editing on iMovie right here on my iPhone. There's also a really awesome, relatively inexpensive, I think it's about $30, but there's an editing software for, I believe it's available on iPhone and iPad, but I use it on my iPad. It's called LumaFusion. That is relatively cheap if you're looking for something a little more advanced than iMovie. But yeah, there's tons of editing software out there. I don't know what's available for non-iPhone, like Android. If you guys have any good editing softwares, feel free to drop them down below. Once you start to grow, you'll probably want to upgrade to something a little more advanced like Final Cut Pro or Adobe Premiere Pro. I personally use Adobe Premiere Pro, but I'm looking to switch to Final Cut because the monthly cost of Premiere Pro is about $60, which is a lot. It's a lot. But I do recommend both of these softwares. Most YouTubers end up using Final Cut Pro, so I'm probably gonna switch to that. But yeah, that's what I use. There is so many tutorials on YouTube how to edit. Once you start editing, you will learn how to edit very fast. And if you have a question on your specific editing software that you're using, I'm sure you can find an answer in a quick Google search or look up a tutorial on YouTube. There's so much information out there. There are also some great in-depth tutorials on Skillshare, who happen to be sponsoring today's video. Whoa, what is Skillshare? Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of classes and members across 150 countries who come together to find inspiration and take the next step in their creative journey. I personally was interested in joining Skillshare because I wanted to learn about things that I was personally interested in, like painting, YouTube, personal development, just to name a few. I didn't want to stop learning because I was out of school and I was an adult now, and Skillshare is an awesome way for me to do that regularly. The classes actually make learning really fun, and I take a lot of classes on there surrounding personal development and growing my YouTube channel. Have you taken any classes recently that you recommend checking out? I just finished a class called Creating Your Dream Career, Uncover and Apply Your Creative Strengths by, I'm gonna put her name on the screen. It's Holly. I don't want to butcher her last name, but this is her name. And it was a great class for me to take this early into the new year because she walked me through evaluating the spot that I'm at right now in my life and creating like a great action plan to getting to where I want to be. And it was actually super helpful to me. I 10 out of 10 recommend, especially with the fresh start of the new year that we have right now of 2022. Skillshare can help make 2022 a year of growth, learning, and connection for you through creativity. Skillshare is also ad-free, so you do not get distracted while learning, and there are new premium classes launched on there every week, so there's always new fresh classes on there. The first 1,000 people to use the link down below this video will get a 1-month free trial of Skillshare. Whoa, thanks Frankie. Skillshare sounds super cool. Yeah, it is, and I hope you guys check it out because it has actually helped me so much and it's helped me a lot with my YouTube journey, and it's absolutely free for you to try out using the link down there. So definitely take advantage of that. But yeah, thank you again to Skillshare for sponsoring this video. Now let's get back into the editing. If you want to add music to the background of your videos, there's an awesome website that has copyright-free music. It's called Thematic. All you have to do is link your channel to the website and credit the music artist that you are using under your videos, and it's all free to you to use because you're giving the artist exposure and you're getting their awesome music to use. So I definitely recommend Thematic. They have a ton of really good songs for you to use on there. I'll link that down below. I personally use a combination of Thematic and another website called Epidemic Sound, which is a huge audio library. There are thousands and thousands of sound effects and great background music on there, but that is about $15 a month, so I understand from a beginner standpoint not wanting to pay that, but it is a good guarantee that you are not going to get copyright strikes, and it's super nice to have that all at hand. So I will link both of those down below in my description as well. Once you've finished making your first video, there are a few things that you should do before you upload. Think about your channel aesthetic. What is your channel going to look like when viewers head over and look at everything? So make sure you set up a good profile picture, a good banner, and also you could think about your intro and outro. This is important because it helps the viewers to understand the type of vibe you're going to deliver to them. Also, if it's more visually appealing, they may be more likely to stick around. You can easily make a channel banner using free apps like Fonto. I use Fonto to put text on images a lot, and also another app I like to use is called PixArt because there's cool stickers on there and whatnot. I'll put a screen grab right here. But those are two really good apps that I recommend recommend for that, as well as making your thumbnails. Another option is to pay a freelancer on Fiverr. You can do this relatively cheap. There's people that will make you a whole setup like of an intro, an outro, and a banner for like 10 or 15 bucks. This is a good investment in my opinion because you're going to have that for the lifetime of your channel unless you want to change that later, but it oftentimes comes out looking a little bit more professional than what you could create in the beginning if you don't have any experience. So I definitely recommend checking out Fiverr and looking up YouTube intro. Also, you need to think about making your thumbnail. So when you are making your thumbnail, make sure that it is eye-catching on a small scale, because you got to remember when people are scrolling through YouTube, the thumbnail is only like that big, really small, like really tiny. So you want it to catch their eye from a small scale. So if you're going to add text, make sure that it is easily readable. Hopefully that was helpful for figuring out how you're going to make your first video. Okay, I made my first video, but now what? Well, I'm going to tell you what everyone tells you. You need to be consistent. Yes, you need to be consistent. And hopefully this information that I'm about to tell you will help you do just that. Being consistent is a lot easier when you have a list of video ideas, so you don't have to think as much. You can just pick one and create and keep the ball rolling. Here's how I personally get content ideas and keep my videos fresh. I have a notes app thing in my phone. That way it's easily accessible if anything pops into my head while I'm out on the go. If I get a video idea, it's right here in my hand and I can just type that right in. I have a huge, it's got like 200 video ideas on the thing. It is super helpful. So I definitely recommend keeping a notes app note in your phone. Another way that I find video ideas is I go to channels that are similar to mine or creators that I like, and I will go over to their videos and you can filter it by popular uploads. I will look at their most popular uploads and see what performed best for them and see if I could somehow make a spin-off of that onto my channel. I also look at their recent videos that they've created because these are often new, fresh ideas, and sometimes that will spark a new content idea for me. I have a task for you if you are feeling stuck. Go onto YouTube or TikTok, spend 30 minutes scrolling, not as a viewer, but as a content creator. And write down everything you can think of. Even if you don't think they're good ideas, write them down anyways because they might spark new content ideas later. I do this all the time, sometimes before bed if I don't know what to film and I'm not liking any of the ideas that I have written down. I will just hop onto YouTube and I will just scroll, look at everything that people have recently uploaded and see if that sparks something new for me, and I usually walk away with a ton of new ideas. I'll do this about once every 2 or 3 months, and it usually sets me up with a whole list of things to film. Once you have a whole list, it's a lot easier to push out content. Making and uploading a video every week sounds like a lot of work. Well, yeah, it is, but here's a life hack for you. At the beginning of the month, sit down and write down your 4 videos that you're going to film. So if you're uploading once a week, your 4 videos. Write out your talking points, write out your script, everything we talked about earlier to prepare for a video. Do that for all 4. Spend like an hour or 2 doing this and get everything set and good to go for filming. And then with that planning, go ahead and pre-film all 4 videos on the same day if you possibly can. This saves you so much time with setting up the camera, setting up a set. It's a lot more effective and it'll save you a lot of time because now all you have to do is worry about editing each video once a week. Consistency is so easy if you make it easy for yourself. So how do I grow my channel now? I've already just explained consistency, which is the most major key to growth. Uploading on the same day and the same time will help the algorithm to know when you are going to upload, as well as keeping your audience coming back to you. Think of it this way. You sit down to watch your favorite show on Friday, snack in hand, you turn on the channel, and the TV screen is blank. You'd be a little bit confused, right? Whatever, you forget about it, you change the channel, and you come back next week, the same thing happens again. You're kind of like, okay, I'm done trying to watch that show. I'm not gonna sit around waiting for it to come on. That's how your audience feels. As well as the YouTube algorithm. The algorithm favors videos that are put out at the same time on the same day, and it's not gonna wait around for you to upload whenever you want. So hopefully that puts into perspective how important it is to be consistent. Another way to grow your channel is to hop on trends that you see other creators making. Do you guys remember when everyone was making getting what the person in front of me is eating in the drive-thru videos? There were so many big creators making that video. It's because it was growing people's channel. How? YouTube starts suggesting other creators making the same type of video. If you see multiple big creators making the same type of content at the same time, try it. If it fits the vibe of your channel, but try to make a similar video and do it fast. That way it can be pushed along with the other creators' videos that are growing at the same time. I am not telling you to copy other creators. Be individual and be yourself, because that's why people are going to come to you and watch you specifically, but make your own version of these trends and you will hopefully see great results from it. And the last thing that I will say about having a channel is it is a lot of work. You need to be willing to put in the hours, because it is not just sitting in front of a camera and talking. It is a lot of work. It's responding to comments. It is editing. It is you being tired. It's a lot of work, okay? But it is so worth it, and it is a lot of fun. Do not care about what other people think. Just be yourself and have fun with it. It's honestly such a fun job, and it's definitely worth all the hard work. So definitely go try it out for yourself, because it could change your life. You never know. Hopefully I just answered the majority of your questions about starting and growing a YouTube channel. Hopefully you're saying, wow, thanks Frankie, I feel a lot better about this whole YouTube thing. I'm gonna go make my channel right now and start. And if you aren't, well, I don't know what to tell you. If I didn't answer something that you're still wondering about, feel free to drop those questions down below and I will try to answer them for you to the best of my knowledge. You can also, as I mentioned earlier, go check out Skillshare for some of those awesome YouTube classes, and thank you again to Skillshare for sponsoring this video. But yeah, good luck to all of you starting a channel this year. Just go for it. Go make your channel like I said to do in the beginning of the video. Go do it. I'm telling you, this is your sign to go do the damn thing, okay? If you guys did like this video, please be sure to like and subscribe down below, and I love you guys so much. I will see you all in the next one. Bye!